Hi everyone. Regarding this week's learning about offering help response to others, I also have a very interesting experience about offering help response to someone who is also offering help response to another person. This person is actually my husband, and since last week he had been helping his friend to go through some of his personal problem. This friend of him is actually going through a divorce, unemployment, and some financial problems at the same time. There had been several exchanges between them, but seems like the more exchange they had, the more confused the situation became. And my husband started to feel confused and frustrated of not being able to sort out any of this problem for his friend. Every time my husband hang up with his friends, he would not speak and he just keep thinking. So a couple of days ago, I saw him finish a call with his friend, and he had his head down for a long time, have his arms crossed in front of his chest, and he frowned. So all these gestures told me that he needs to be relieved. So I approached him. He told me that his friend is in the deepest trouble ever and is likely to develop a depression. So he wanted to do everything he could to help. But no matter what solution he suggests, he don't feel like his friend is trying or following. So he started to lose confidence to help further. So having read this week's lecture, I became more observant about these nonverbal signals from others, and I also wanted to express my care verbally and non-verbally. Of course, I've also felt very sad about what his friend is going through, but I decided to start the conversation with a smile, just to ease the mood a little bit. I told my husband that no one will waste their time talking to someone whom they felt uncomfortable with. So if his friend is calling him still, that means my husband is doing some good to his friends. And at that moment, my husband started to look up and look at me, and I can tell that he is ready for a conversation. So we keep exchanging, and in the middle of the conversation, my husband started to relax a little bit, and he uncrossed his arms, and he become more responsive by asking questions. At that moment, I think he is ready to speak further, and it motivates me to actually lead him to where I want him to be, which is to look at the whole thing from a distance. I had to be honest with him that I do not have any answer to his friend's problem either. But for sure, whatever I did to make him feel better at this moment, the same thing will work for his friends too. My husband did not make any response right away, but he had a long exhale. He probably think that this is very minimal that he can help, but indeed, it is a sign of support, and it's very important for someone who has been going through such difficulties. And this experience actually reminds me that indeed, the more close the person you are with, the easier it became for you to ignore some of the nonverbal parts, because you are so eager to help that you just want to push out all the thoughts you have without noticing how that person can receive. And also because all they can do is just through phone exchange, so my husband won't be able to observe any nonverbal expression, or maybe he also not too aware of, even if he did express some of the nonverbal parts. So it may become a little bit more difficult for him to show how he cares. So I guess this experience helps a lot to contrast and compare the two situations between me offering help and my husband offering help to others. But although we do not have the solution for his friends, but I think being able to deliver our support will definitely help him to go through this hard time. So this is the experience that I wanted to share for this week, and thank you for watching.